now outside of Parkview Medical Center, and I am talking to Dr. Marco Sullivan, who is the founder of NeuroBell, and you actually are the winner of last year's Innovations program here through the Mirro Center. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's exciting.
Exactly.
And you are now bringing your testing to life with an actual product. So please share with me about NeuroBell.
So NeuroBell is an early stage medical device company based out of Ireland. So we're a spin out from the Infant Center. And we've been developing this product for 7 or 8 years now. So it's a it's a monitor for diagnosing and treating seizures. So our device can detect seizures in newborns, and then that will hopefully lead to those infants being treated sooner and leading to better outcomes. So we're just in the process now of getting to clinical investigations and looking forward to starting actually enrolling patients here in the US in the Parkview Center.
Right, and so detecting seizures, are you saying in advance, meaning mothers probably do not know that their child could possibly have seizures in the future?
Exactly, so newborns, unfortunately, they'll have seizures and they're subclinical, so there's no physical signs that these newborns are having seizures.
Oh, wow.
And typically it can be a couple hours or days before they'll start to have potentially clinical seizures where it's visible to the nursing staff and to the neonatology staff.
Right.
So our device is an easy to use device, doesn't require any specific expertise to use it, really quick to set up, and it means that hopefully the clinical team can now use our device in the neonatal ICU for these infants who may be having seizures and get earlier diagnosis of those seizures, and then hopefully lead to better outcomes.
Yes, and so share with me about your experience in the Innovations program. I mean, I know that they receive applicants from all over the world, and you came from Ireland, so share with me about that process and what it means to be the winner.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal competition and really competitive. Some of the companies that we also saw that were in the semi-finals and finals with us were really impressive companies that are going on to do great things.
Yeah.
For us, we're an early stage company. Getting our first patients enrolled in the US is a massive milestone for us to hit.
Yes.
In terms of future funding and investors, it's a big de-risking milestone to be able to say that we have patients being used, or we have our devices being used on patients in a US study. And the team here have been phenomenal. I think our device is a complex device needing input from biomed teams, IT teams, clinical research teams, and it's really impressive to see here in Parkview how well that works, and everyone is willing to help, to give their time, to give their expertise.
Yes.
And I think that's generally a barrier for early stage companies, is trying to get into a hospital and coming up against barriers. And within the space of 2 or 3 days here, we've gotten our device approved on the network, servers set up, ready to record, and we were just finished a recording here in the ambulance, which is another potential piece of the market that we're looking at, that if the device can be used in transport, and within 2 days after mentioning it to the team here that we want to look at it in transport, we were out in an ambulance today with a volunteer using the device. So it's a phenomenal team and research innovation center.
That is so awesome, and I love hearing how quick the process is.
Exactly.
Because technology moves quickly. You know, care is needed immediately, and just that step of going from having a prototype, having the idea, being able to create the device, and then test it on simulated patients, and then you're going to be able to test it on real patients right here at Parkview.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so incredible. And just to bring mention to the fact of why we are outside in front of this EMS vehicle is because you just came off of a ride here, right?
Yeah.
With this product, testing it in transport. So share why that is important, because I'm sure if a patient is in the hospital, they are stabilized, but if you're able to use this while mobile, it really could make a difference for those who are helping and serving in the field.
Exactly, so newborns who are suspected of having brain injury, a lot of those are transferred to bigger centres, and unfortunately the smaller hospitals that maybe the baby is delivered in that centre, they don't have the equipment or the expertise to do EEG monitoring. So what we're looking at now is potentially for these newborns who are being transported, being able to have eyes on their brain activity while they're in transport means that when they do eventually get to these bigger hospitals, they can either be treated already, or else the team in the receiving hospital know exactly what the condition this baby is in. So it's a massive clinical need that we're trying to solve here, is potentially seeing if this device can be used in transport. And I think that's part of our novelty, is typically EEG monitors a big trolley-based system. They need specific expertise in how to set it up. Our device, as you can see, is pretty much a cell phone sized device, as simple as 2 or 3 buttons to get the device recording, EEG streaming, and then someone can remotely access that data and look and see what sort of condition the baby is in.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And just a visual, so an EKG is typically when the pads are placed on the chest, but the EEG, which is this
Exactly.
device, these pads are placed on the head
Yeah.
of the baby. Okay, that is so awesome. Congratulations
Thanks a
on
million.
winning. We're so excited to have you here, being able just to improve our medical system and create innovative devices like this. So it's a pleasure speaking with you, Doctor.
Likewise. Thanks a million.
We'll be right back.